Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, a mother, a wife, and I'm here to help you see yourself as your best life. I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. I'd like to introduce our sponsors for today, as we have a handful of them. As I always like to do, I like to start off with our Feng Shui specialist, Good Chi Feng Shui LLC. As we move out of September and into October, I think it was a week ago, we moved out from summer into fall. So it's a great time of month to start changing the energy in your home and office space. And Feng Shui is a perfect aspect to help you with that. Whether it's just moving a piece of furniture, or just changing everything around in the room, which actually realigns the energy within your home or your office. And as you change the energy in your space, the external space, you begin to feel internally very different when you walk into that space. So a great time to do a Feng Shui consultation. Then we also have Sherry Simpson. She's our transformational life coach. She's going to help you redirect your energy on the internal level to let go of any fears or worries or doubts that you might be walking around with. And even for that matter, the deep inner wounds that you've been carrying since childhood or even past life for that matter, to help you to realign your energy so you can begin to step into all that there really is for you to have. Then we have Nick Rafter, a real estate agent. Now that you've aligned your energy internally, you've feng shuied your office space and your home, Nick Rafter is there to help you find a new home or an apartment with your new energy. And I'd like to remind you that City of Light Sanctuary is looking for donations to help build a new building so they can bring many healers together to help people like yourself heal in all matters of the heart. So those are our sponsors for today. I like to set the energy for today's show by doing a chakra balance numerology cosmic energy forecast reading. And as usual, I shake up the cards and I'm going to invite you to take a moment to just put your feet flat on the floor. Now, mind you, if you happen to be watching while driving, pull over if you can. Otherwise, come back and watch later. So, for those of you who are with me who are not driving, I'd like you to put your feet on the floor, take a moment to close your eyes, and now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale that breath, I'd like you to exhale out all your worries. Let it all go, give it away, and then just allow yourself to focus in on your breath. Become aware of your breathing. Are you breathing fully from your nose all the way down to your feet? Or you're breathing to the point where you breathe and it's almost like you're holding your breath. I'm inviting you to release your breath and to allow yourself to breathe naturally so you can breathe through life. Because breathing through life is very differently than when we're holding our breath. Because after all, with no breath, there's no life. So as I invite you to sit with your eyes closed, feet on the floor, focusing in on your breath, I'd now like to invite you to think about something you would like clarity on. What's that big question you need an answer to? I'd like you to think about that. And as you sit thinking, I'm going to be shuffling up the cards and I'm coming into your energy collectively. So everybody who's watching, I am right there with you energetically, feeling your energy and wanting to help you, guide you, support you, help to give you clarity, reset your energy and raise your vibration. And I feel the card is going to be showing up right now. So, just to show you, I love the full moon photos. And the card's upright today. Now, this is a rarity because most of the times the cards show up in reverse. But today's card's upright. It's all about the old soul. And I love this card because it's letting us know that most of us, if not all of us, have been here before multiple times. And that we're here to do whatever it is we didn't get to do in our past life, or for that matter, many of you might actually be here because you volunteered to come back to help others heal. because we all are here on a healing journey. We all are here to work on lessons, deep lessons, to help us become a better version of who we are. And we're also here to help others, to pull them out of their little holes, to help them become a better version of themselves as well. So my question to you is, what version of you is the old soul? Are you the old soul where you've been here before, in reference to volunteering, or are you the old soul that's just been here and you're back here to just redo some lessons? Now, the other portion of this old soul card is about connecting with spirit, connecting with those who've already crossed over, whether it be a grandparent, a friend, whatever it might be, even your pet for that matter. Recognizing that you have the power to connect with your loved ones. All you have to do is sit quietly enough to connect with them. And they're always with you. However, they will not intervene unless you call on them. So if there's a family member that you would like to have some contact with, all you have to do is call on their energy. And they're right there with you, giving you some guidance. And they can show up in many different ways. They can show up by perhaps you may smell their cologne or perfume. You may, excuse me, you may actually see their birthday. You may actually hear a song that will remind you of that person. So they show up in so many different ways. So I want to again invite you to become more awakened and aware of what's around you and the messages and how they show up for you. So that's the old soul message here. Now, the chakra we're going to work in on today is your solar plex. The solar plex is right in the gut. And when the gut is not flowing, when the solar plex is sort of stuck, it causes us to feel a little bit worried, causes us to feel unsafe, insecure, and not trusting the process of life. So I'm here to help you unblock your solar plex. And how am I going to help you do that? By reminding you to step out of your worries and recognizing that worry is just wasted energy, and then step into a space of movement. And I'm going to invite you to do some sit-ups today, because that's going to activate the solar plex. And as you activate the solar plex, it gets moving. And as your solar plex is flowing, you begin to feel more secure with yourself. You make better decisions. You feel safe with your environment and yourself for that matter. And you also feel more faith and connected to your old souls. So that's the solar plex. Now let's talk numbers. 2 and 6. That 2 energy is about the partnership you're having with your old soul, whether it be yourself from a past life or your family members who have crossed over, or a friend. That's that 2 energy. That 6 energy is all about healing. Healing yourself so you can really get to that place of trusting and believing in faith and knowing that everything, all the dominoes are exactly where they need to be. You don't have to move them. You don't have to control it. Just let them all be. And when that one domino falls, everything else falls into place. So that's that 6 energy. Moving us into an 8 energy of abundance. When that one domino falls and everything else falls along with it, you're going to be living in abundance, because everything falls back into place when you begin to trust the process. So that's our energy for today. That's our insight for today. That's the affirmation for today. I do hope that you found this to resonate with you. Feel free to share your comments of how this resonated with you, if it resonated with you. And should you be interested in receiving a one-on-one reading, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at my email address, which is healingwithin76@gmail.com. Send me an email letting me know that you're interested in a one-on-one reading, and I'll reach back to you and set up that appointment and let you know the rates. We're going to be taking a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to be introducing you to my guest for the day. We'll be right back.
I'm Nick Rafter, founder and owner of Nick Rafter Real Estate. If you've ever bought, sold, or rented a home in the New York area, you know how difficult a process that can be. But that's where I come in. With years of experience and knowledge of the New York rental and sales market, I can help you navigate the difficult process of renting, selling, or buying a home. Let me help you find the place to be here in New York, the best place to be.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment. Well, so far I've shared with you the energy of today, which is all about being an old soul, connecting with your solar plex, and allowing yourself to step into a place of faith. And know that as you step into the place of faith and trusting that that one domino can fall, all the other ones will fall as well, and everything falls back into place, that brings you back into a place of abundance. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce my guest for the day, which is Nick. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yes. So let's start off with a nice dialogue of what is it exactly you do?
So I am a graffiti artist. I also spray paint canvases, I paint shoes. I guess it's really just freelance stuff. I do anything.
Okay, now just out of curiosity, and I'll put these in quotes, do you have a real job?
Yes.
What's your real job?
So my full-time day job is a sheet metal worker. I fabricate ductwork for AC units, and I'm a welder. So,
oh, nice.
Yep.
Oh, nice. So,
yeah.
And how did you get into spray painting?
So actually at one of my old jobs, one of my coworkers who was a good buddy of mine, we were spray painting something for work. Something needed to be spray painted silver. So we were just painting it, and then he looked at me and he was like, "Hey man, have you ever like tried spray paint art?" So I don't know if you know the guys in the city who do like the really quick stuff on the street.
I don't know of them. I've seen like different types of movies where you have all of that, but
Yep.
yes, yes.
So he introduced me to that sort of style where it was mainly a lot of space stuff, and I am a huge fan of space. Anything space related, I'm like enamored by it. So that immediately caught my attention, and I just ran with it. I went to the store and I got a couple of cans and got some poster board, because that's what you start on, is like that glossy poster board. Yeah, and I just spent like a whole weekend painting and painting and painting and painting.
Nice, nice.
I haven't stopped ever since.
Nice. Now, what is the smallest piece of work you've done to the largest piece of work you've done?
That's a good question. The smallest work I've ever done was, I mean, I've done pretty small stuff. I've done like 5x7s, but that was
like a picture size 5x7.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was a different sort of faster, quick 5-minute space style painting, and I would just pop them in frames. I don't really do too much of those anymore. What I do now is the bigger works. So the biggest painting that I've done to date is yesterday I worked on a mural that was about 4.5 feet tall, 5 feet tall, by like, had to be like almost 10 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was big, and I had a lot of fun doing it. That was awesome. That was the first time I ever got to do a mural entirely with spray paint and no markers, so that was exciting.
Now, your murals that you do, are they indoor, outdoor, or either or?
They could be either or. It's normally outdoor just because of the spray paint, you know, the odors and stuff.
Have you ever done something like that on an awning?
No.
I'm asking for personal reasons.
I have not.
Now, would that type of paint, would that actually be able to stay on an awning, or you need different type of paint for that?
I'm not sure. You know, it might. It also might crack because it's a plastic.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So you got to be careful with things like that. You have to like prime it, make sure that the paint sets on a certain way. You can't really touch it. You got to like let it totally cure and dry before you do anything else. But
nice, nice. Nice. So in reference to how did you get into this art? How did you get into it?
So it was really just my friend introducing it to me, and then from there I just took it my own way. I started practicing with different tools, and I found different artists that were piquing my interest, and it was really just it was like a challenge for myself. Like I really enjoyed challenging myself with a new project. So every time I would see something new that I thought I could do, that motivated me more to keep doing this. I was like, okay, I want to keep doing that because I want to see if I could do it.
Now, do you have like the average, let's say, portfolio of all your graffiti work that you've done in the past, like just in a book?
No, actually I don't.
You don't?
That is something that I regret, is not having something, even if it's not a book, even if it's like a laptop where I can just have like a slideshow.
So you don't have
photos.
anything tangible to like.
I don't. I have to bring all of my work with me, which right now is a hassle because, like I said, a lot of the pieces that I do are pretty big.
Yes, yes.
So I actually had to, for a long time, I had to struggle with my car situation because my car wasn't big enough to hold all my pieces.
Yes.
So I would only have to bring like one piece, and then, then you got to risk people being like, oh, but what are you're not going to bring that other piece out? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
you want everything. Yes,
Right.
yes. So here's a lesson for you going forward is maybe it's time to
Yeah.
start putting together a portfolio.
Yeah.
So this way here, whether it's a slideshow or actual book that you walk with,
Right.
So let people see what you do.
Right.
Because you don't want to be carrying all your art
All
stuff in the car.
everywhere I go, yeah, it's okay.
Because as you said, some of it's quite big, and it's like,
big.
how am I putting this in the car?
Right.
You
Can't
know.
like roll it up or
Yeah.
fold it or anything.
And for that matter, when you are doing, you're doing big work, so it's not something that's going on to, you do canvas work too,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So something big, like how do you transport that?
So right now with my new car, I throw the seats down and I'll just open up the trunk and slide everything
slide it
right
in.
into the
Okay.
back. Yep.
Okay.
And then I'll just lay stuff on top of the paintings and put another painting on top. Lay a sheet over, put another painting on top.
So you have a plan of reference to how you get
right,
through
right.
your
Everything that
product
I
over.
bring to my shows right now fits in my car.
Oh, that's a good
so,
thing.
yeah.
So you can't get one of those little really tiny cuts,
Right,
because otherwise you won't be able to fit your
Otherwise,
merchandise.
Exactly.
Yes, yes. So now, I know you had said that you do sheet work, as your full time. Now, is that something that you had wanted to do?
My dad's not going to love this answer. No.
So sorry.
No, it's not something that I really wanted to do. I did it because I was young, and my dad was like, you need to work. I need to see you working. And I got, roped into that, and I was good at it. I ended up learning from him, and he's one of the best sheet metal workers.
He's gonna like that part.
Yeah, like that I've ever seen. He's a very smart man, and he taught me everything I know. So, it's hard to not do it when you're just good at it.
Yes, yes.
You know.
So prior to going into it, you didn't really like it, but do you really like it now?
I wouldn't say I love it. I like the fact that I'm good at it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that correlates to me loving the
No,
job.
it doesn't have to be. Yeah,
You know.
exactly. But it's a good thing that you
But
like the fact that you're good
yes.
at what you're doing.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So anything that I'm trying to do, I have to be.
It's got to be great at.
Yeah, it's got to be good.
You don't settle for just okay.
Yeah.
It's got to be perfect.
Right. And like sometimes that, causes a little bit of hassle for me because I won't get it perfect, and then I'm, oh no, but
Yes.
that's just the way of life. And
Yes, 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 yes. And I want to talk about something that's not here on your questions, but we were talking about it before the show, and the reason why I want to bring this conversation, because I think it's important for viewers to hear this and get an understanding of it. We were talking about the fact, because I had asked you if you've ever been on live before, and you said no. I asked you if you're nervous, and you said yes.
Yeah.
And you said something about it's where your email name comes from?
My whole business name,
Okay,
my whole brand.
So talk about that whole concept of, the nervous part of it.
Where I got that name from.
And yeah, exactly. Talk
Yeah.
about that.
So where I got the name from was I started out making music a couple years back, and I was looking for a name. I was looking for some sort of alias where people wouldn't know who I was, and I needed it to be where it was me. It needed to represent a part of who I am and, how people receive me. And I tend to be an extremely nervous person. Before I go and do anything, I get the jitters, and meeting new people is difficult for me. So I took that, and I didn't want to just make my name Nervous, like
No.
the dictionary spelling. So what I did was I looked into things that I could relate to, which at the time was comic books. I was really big, I still am, I'm a really big comic book fan. So I was reading a Batman comic, and I came across a character, the Mad Hatter, and his name is Jarvis Tetch. And I was like looking up the meaning of the word, and to be tetchy is to be easily irritated, which is something that I am. I get easily irritated. So my real name, the initials are NT. So what I did was I made my musical moniker Nervous Tetch to
Nice.
go along with the NT, and then to play along to how I am, and it really it fits perfect. And there was a time where I had other names and stuff like that, but this one just fits me. People, I have, there's a rap group that I really like that I became friends with, and they call me Big Nerve. That's like just how they
Nice.
address me, and
Yes.
it's cool to get recognized for
Yes,
stuff like
yes.
that.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Mhm.
But before we do, let the viewers know how they can reach you.
So you guys can reach me at my Instagram. That is the best place to reach me, and my handle is at Nervous Spraypainting. That's Nervis Spraypainting.
All right. Well, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we do come back, we're going to continue this conversation. We'll be right back.
Those dark nights of the soul, they suck. But anyway, we come out of them, and I'm going to share with you what mine look like and the tools I use to stay grounded, centered, and really present no matter what's going on around me. Don't forget to tune in, Strong Island TV with Joanne Angel Barry Cologne's show.
Experience Feng Shui interior design for your home or office. Good Chi Feng Shui LLC can transform your home or workspace, no matter how large or small, into a harmonious, rejuvenated environment. Good Chi Feng Shui LLC. Call or email to schedule an appointment for a consultation today.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, remember to share and like and comment. Well, we're going to dive right back into our conversation. So, Nick, you were speaking about how you got your Instagram name and your music name.
Yeah.
Based on being nervous. Okay, and why I brought that question up was I'd like the viewers to understand that you can use something that might be a disadvantage, like feeling nervous.
Yeah.
You can use that as an advantage, such as what you did. You made it be a part of your name.
Right.
And I think that's powerful. So we don't necessarily always have to look at it as like, oh my God, I have anxiety, or I'm worried, or nervous, or whatever not, and it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I commend you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. So in reference to, you spoke about music.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of music do you do?
So I started out doing a lot of hip hop. I was writing for a little while.
You write music.
Writing lyrics. I was
Nice.
rapping for a little while.
Oh,
for
look
lack of a
at
better
you.
term. Yeah. But it started out as a DJing kind of thing. I was doing clubs and house parties and stuff like that, and then I started beat making. So I started making hip hop beats for one of my buddies, and he's actually a fantastic rapper himself, and he makes his own beats, and he's I'm super proud of him for what
Nice.
he's doing. He's a good dude.
You're welcome to give him a shout out.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna be watching this, but dude, super proud of you. Yeah, and we were working together for some time, and it fell through a little bit, partly because of me, partly because of him. We just started doing other things and getting interested in other stuff.
Exactly. Your paths were meant to come together when it did, and then
Right.
when you both did what you needed to do together, it parted ways, which is a
Exactly.
part of
Right.
our journeys.
Right,
you
and
know.
like
Yeah.
instead of, we would have our squabbles about it here and there. But at the end of the day, we both realized, like, look, man, if this is what you want to do,
Yes.
I want you to be happy doing whatever you want to do. I don't want to get in the way of that. So if me working with you is the problem, let's not
Exactly.
work together.
Okay.
Let you do what you do, and I'll do what I do. So I stopped working with him for a little while, and I was still doing music a little bit here and there. I was still making my own beats, just like playing around. And then when I found the art, it really just stopped.
You went like 360 into art.
I
and eliminated music.
put the music aside and just tunnel
Focus
vision
right
focus
there,
on
yes.
art, and part of my heart breaks for that because I love music so much. Music is really, really important to me. And I was actually just talking to my buddy James. I know I'm going to be sending this to James. James is going to be watching this.
Okay.
But me and James had a conversation last night actually, and he was telling me, he's like, dude, you should get back into music, man. He's
Combine
like,
them together, if anything.
Yeah, he's like,
Definitely.
you make really awesome stuff. And, he's like, I don't think it's something that if you were to stop doing, he's like, I think for you it's like riding a bike.
Exactly.
Like
You'll go right back to
You don't
it.
need to
Sure.
stop and then be like, oh no, I don't know how to make music anymore.
Exactly.
So like, I don't know. It's
And you never know. By making your music, you might be able to have some artists decide to say, can I
right.
work with your music?
Right.
And that
Right.
could be another avenue of income for you.
Right.
So there's
To combine the two,
yeah,
two things that I
definitely.
really love to do. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that's
It's all about
awesome.
finding the time too. Like I need to find the time to put into my music and art,
Yes,
because
yes.
like there's only so many hours in the day.
Well, if it's meant to be, it will all work itself
Right,
through.
it'll work itself
Definitely,
out, yeah.
definitely. So now, in reference to, and I think we might have spoken about this already, I guess we did, transitioning from the music industry into, and obviously you're still doing your day job, and transitioning into your spray painting. How does all that work out for you?
So that it's funny how it worked out. It really worked itself all naturally. Like the music, for me, it was always hip hop. I was just super enamored with hip hop, and hip hop culture has so much to offer. Like it's not just music. It's food. It's talking, it's dancing, it's artwork expression, it's stuff like that. So like graffiti culture is a part of hip hop. That's just how it always was.
Do they have, how would you say, like graffiti fest where people
Yeah,
different
yeah.
a place you can go to and you have all these different graffiti artists around displaying what they display?
Yeah, there was one within the last month. I don't remember what it was called, but like tons and tons of graffiti artists from all over the country will come and meet up, and it's a graffiti festival. They'll supply things for them to paint on.
Nice.
And they'll just have a day of them painting
just
on
doing
stuff.
that,
Yeah,
yes.
and it's cool because you get to see everybody's different art style come into this one big installation, and that is what we were talking about before, where I would like to start something.
Yes.
That's what I want to start.
Perfect.
Something like that, where it's a big installation where all artists can come together and, you know, make something
And
happen.
bring it together. And it's perfect that you said that, because are you familiar or even into like new moon energy, full moon? I know you probably have seen it, the full moon in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday we had a new moon. And what the intentions behind new moon is all about setting the intentions for new things to come into play.
Right.
So I'm inviting you to sit down at some point today to write out that intention of what it is you'd like to see happening in reference to the graffiti, and bringing that all together. Because when we are in that new moon energy, whatever it is that we set intentions to, the new moon's energy is so powerful that within 28 days you may very well see what it is you wrote manifest.
Yeah.
So I definitely invite you to do that at some point today. Sit down,
Definitely.
pen to paper,
Write it down.
and write it down, and even for that matter, visualize it,
Yeah.
because then it can happen. for
Yeah,
you.
a lot of my friends have been telling me to start writing my things down. It makes it more real.
Yes, it's powerful.
Yeah, like when
Powerful.
you say it in your head, it's like, okay, yeah, it's there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I don't. It,
But
it
when
can
you
get
speak
lost
it out,
really quick.
when you speak it out into intention, such as
Right.
writing it, because there's something to be said about writing something. It's so powerful.
Yep.
And then upon that writing, what most people do is after they write something, they tend to read it out loud.
Right.
So now you're here stating what you wrote,
Right.
and now you're stating it out into your intention, and it's powerful, very powerful. So now, in reference to all that you do, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now regarding spray painting and graffiti and all of that?
Hopefully, I see myself at one of those festivals, at one of those mural, you know, big time events. I see myself curating my style to something that is unique and original to me. I see myself setting up events, throwing my own stuff, because that's something I really want to get into also, like an event planner of some sort. I don't know, I see myself taking this business and like making it something that isn't just paint. Making it something where people can represent me and the brand without needing to buy paintings of mine. They can get other things. You can get clothing. You can get,
Well, I know
you
you
know,
do shoes.
right.
Yes, because I
Yeah.
know when I met you, I think the show you were on, you were talking about shoes.
Shoes, yep.
Yes. So I know you do that, and you know we're still going to work on that, even though
Yeah.
summer's gone. But you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
Hey, I could wear a pair of white shoes with my chakras on,
Right.
right? So yeah, we have to work on that. We have
Yeah,
to talk
for
about
sure.
that. Yeah. So I know you do shoes, and yeah. So having that vision and being able to see that vision is very powerful.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you do start doing a little journaling like every single night of different visions that you do have, and see, sitting quietly and see it in what I like to call the mind's eye, and then see how you create it into your reality.
Yeah, it's like a motivator.
Yeah, it's very powerful too.
Definitely.
And you keep it in a notebook, and you can go back
Yeah.
and say, "Wow."
And look, yeah.
Like I
Oh,
always
that
like to
was the
say-
intention that I had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's almost like a vision board.
Right.
Except rather than having a vision board, you're writing it in your
Writing it down.
notebook.
Yeah.
And you could take it one step further and do a vision board.
Yeah, same.
Put the pictures of whatever it is you're looking to do. You could probably draw a nice little vision of you being in a fest.
Right.
Your table there all set
Yeah.
up for you. I see the vision right now. When's the next fest coming? Do you know?
I actually don't.
They don't have a. They don't do an event calendar.
It happens sporadically, like
Really?
all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
I know this artist who I'm trying to have teach me. I'm trying to learn from him. He's super talented fetus. He's a graffiti artist from Long Island, so I don't know if any of you know the graffiti culture like out here. He's been doing this stuff since like '88, so he's been around for a while. He does a lot of like pop-up shows in the city and stuff like that, and like to do stuff like that, little gallery shows where it's a couple of artists, one piece that you want to display.
So now, if hypothetically there was a fest coming up, let's say end of October, would you be prepared to do it?
Yeah. I get asked to do events like the day before, and, and I'll
and
be
you're
like,
prepared.
yeah,
Excellent, excellent.
yeah. I just always have my stuff ready.
So your homework is to go home and look up the calendar to see when their next event is
Yep.
and sign up for it.
And get on it.
Yes. Do you have any events coming up for yourself in general?
I actually did. I had my last event that I know of yesterday, which was awesome. We had such a good time. I did my first live mural. That was, huge. So that was really cool. But as of right now, no, I don't have anything set up. But like I said, I'm always doing something. Like somebody will hit me up on a Tuesday for something that's on a Thursday,
And you're ready to go.
and I'm ready to go. So
Excellent.
Yep, they're always just sporadic, and I'm usually out east in Patchogue. Sometimes I come out here to Farmingdale, and yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to take another commercial break, but before we do, share with the audience how they can reach you.
So you guys can find me at my Instagram, which is at Nervous Spray Painting. That's Nervis Spray Painting.
And when we come back from our commercial break, I'm going to be doing a chakra balance numerology cosmic energy forecast reading. I know, a mouthful, with Nick, so he can gain some clarity, reset his energy, and raise his vibration. We'll be right back.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. I am a transformational life coach. I healed an autoimmune disease of the thyroid called Graves' disease, and I like to help people heal themselves now. I did this completely naturally using many methods, and I believe connecting into my spirituality really had a huge impact for me. So I like to help people get to the root cause of issues, and I do that by allowing you to tap into your higher self and by asking your subconscious and your higher self questions about what it is that you need to do to heal. So I look forward to connecting with you soon. Namaste.
I'm Nick Rafter, founder and owner of Nick Rafter Real Estate. If you've ever bought, sold, or rented a home in the New York area, you know how difficult a process that can be. But that's where I come in. With years of experience and knowledge of the New York rental and sales market, I can help you navigate the difficult process of renting, selling, or buying a home. Let me help you find the place to be. Here in New York, the best place to be.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, I have my awesome guest here, Nick. He's a spray painter. And we just got done talking about a great conversation about painting, music, and everything in between. And now what we're going to be doing is a card reading. And just for short, we're going to call it the Cosmic Energy Reading. I'm going to hand the cards over to Nick. He's going to shuffle the cards, and as he does, he's going to ask a question that he would like some clarity on, and he's going to ask that question out loud because we like to be transparent here.
Yeah.
So the viewers can hear the question.
So I want to know, where is the time that I should be putting into all this art? Where is it, and when is it going to show itself to me? Because right now I feel like I'm not being given that time. So I'm impatiently waiting. We have to cut that word impatiently out because we have to be patient about things. Yes.
So let me just be clear on your question. So you want to know when you're going to have the time to do what you are doing.
Yes.
And at what point is that going to manifest into something bigger?
Yes.
Is that what, okay. All right. So at least now we have the universe now has a better understanding to what the question is. Because when the universe is confused, the dialogue, it's like, okay, I'm not sure what he's asking.
Gotcha.
So you have to be very clear. And one of the things about when we do readings and we ask, even whether with cards or no cards, anytime we're asking for guidance, the clearer you are with your question, the more specific the answer will be for you.
Mhm.
But if you're not clear with it, the universe is back saying, what exactly
Yeah,
is
it's
he
like
asking?
you'll get a vague answer in
Exactly.
return.
So
Yeah.
the more clear, the more specific.
Gotcha.
So whenever you're ready to spread your cards, and then you're going to pull one card out, whatever you feel energetically connected to, it's okay. Sometimes that happens.
All right.
So the question here is, he wants to know when's he going to have enough time to do his passion, and when is it going to manifest? So, card is in reverse, okay? And interesting enough, it's, just so you know that it's in reverse, and reverse cards mean the message is very important. And the card says here, we have a karmic completion coming. So when we think about, you know what karmic energy is?
Well, yeah, karma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where what goes around comes around, so to
yeah.
speak. It's not really about that, so to speak. It's really
Okay.
about things that we are here to learn, and once we learn it, we complete it.
Okay.
If we don't learn a particular lesson, then we have to redo it until we learn it.
Gotcha.
Okay? And what it's saying here for you is that what you have experienced in reference to your journey has completed. And I'm just trying to get a download here. What they are actually saying is, because you've completed this lesson, and because theoretically your birthday's in October, I like to say when one has a birthday, you're being reborn.
Okay.
So you're going to start to notice things start to transform for you in the month of your birthday. So because you've just completed a cycle of karmic energy,
Okay.
you are now moving into a new cycle of new things. So in regards to your question that you asked, when are you going to have time to pursue your passion? I see that things are going to open up for you. You're going to have more time to do what you're doing, and that your schedule is going to actually get fuller in reference to your purpose. Not full in reference to, let's say, things you don't want to do.
Don't want to do things I
but you're
want
gonna,
to do.
yes, you're going to, especially when you start literally writing down your intentions, you're going to start noticing that new doors are going to open, and people from all over are going to be hitting you up in reference to, like, Nick, I want you to do this for me. In fact, the perfect example, which is ironic, you know, after I posted you where you were coming on as the show, my daughter emailed you, messaged you for that matter, wanting to know about your work.
Right.
You know, so that's right off the back, a
Right.
door opener for you.
Right.
So letting you know you're definitely on that path of more opportunities coming your way and being more involved with your purpose.
I like that.
Okay? Now, taking your personality of you being nervous, it's really important that you stay grounded, because this could become very overwhelming for you. Because what I'm also hearing is, besides the spray painting becoming very busy for you, and all the other little hidden talents you got going with the painting, you mentioned before about wanting to possibly get back into some of your writing of music.
Right.
I do hear that they're going to both come together,
Yeah.
and that might become a little overwhelming. So it's really important for you to stay grounded. Now, do you have any tools of what you can do to stay grounded, or do you need some tools?
Well, I know about meditating.
Okay.
I'm not excellent at meditating. I know it's a practice, and I know you have to keep doing it, and you have to not get frustrated when you can't do it. But that definitely has helped in the past. Just sitting down, breathing, focusing on breathing, and, you know, after a while it kind of just happens.
Yes.
And now you're just like, okay, I'm just here.
Yes, exactly.
So, can definitely do that more. Definitely should be doing that more.
Yes.
I should be practicing yoga, honestly. 'Cause I said,
There's a lot of shoulds here.
I
Yes.
was talking to one of my friends, Megan. She actually lives out here in Massapequa. Shout out to you, Megan. She is a yoga instructor, and she, for a short time, wanted to teach me how to do yoga, and I wanted to get into that. It was just a little bit of a time constraint, and the distance was a little far. So, but yeah, I definitely need to give more time to that, to grounding myself.
Yes. And in reference to when we talk about the meditation, you know, like the average person thinks meditation is all about having to sit still and breathe and be focused.
Yeah.
But you can actually meditate when you're doing your spray painting, because that could be a very, what I like to call a meditative state.
Right.
That by what you're doing, it relaxes you so much.
Yeah.
So you can meditate at that point.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced things like that.
Yes.
Where you just get lost
Exactly.
in the moment. Yep.
So when we think about the grounding and why it's showing up, is that because opportunities are going to start coming in, and it's your higher self is just saying just to keep yourself grounded so you don't get overwhelmed, where it causes you to get, oh my God, anxious, where like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah, I'm definitely notorious for that.
Yes, and understanding too that anything that's going to cause us to grow a little bit is going to cause us to be a little anxious, because if it was not challenging or scary, it's not where it's growing.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that when we are afraid of something or it causes us to step out of our comfort zone, that means we're growing.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do.
Definitely.
Okay? The number we have associated is 1. So 1 is all about new beginnings. So new doors are opening for you, new opportunities, new possibilities. New people are going to be coming into your path. So your question that you've asked, definitely, you're going to have time to do what you're doing. And by doing what you're doing, that's going to definitely open up a brand new opportunity for you to take your craft, your passion, not even your craft, your passion, into something so much bigger. And blending both your graffiti stuff with your music together. So very powerful.
That's awesome.
Very powerful. And I just wanted to speak to you about your numbers, because we talked about your birthday just before the during the commercial break. You being born October 30th, that number is what we call, the 10 and the 3 is a 4 energy, because we take that 0 and we just take it away. It's a powerful 1 because it's followed by the 0. So it's a 4. That 4, and now we have a 3 from the number 2019. You add that together.
Okay.
So 4 and 3 is a 7 energy. So for the entire year of 2019, you've been in a 7 energy of trying to evaluate who you are, what your purpose is, and why you're here.
Yeah.
So evaluating and needing to be in quiet time. So that's the energy you are currently in. However, as we move into 2020, you're going to be moving into that 8 energy. And the 8 vibration is all about abundance. And it's interesting enough, because your question was, are you going to have time to do what you want to do? And where's this taking you? Well, it's taking you into abundance. So it's powerful.
That's
Financial abundance. And when you think of the 8 on its side, it's about infinity.
Infinity, yeah.
So unlimited. That's powerful.
That's great.
Does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Yeah, in the best way too.
Excellent. Excellent. What I like to do is I like to share with the viewers some tips regarding what you do, and the viewers out there may be a handful of them interested in getting into spray painting, graffiti, or combining their gift.
Yeah.
What 1 or 2 tips can you offer?
Cool. So for any of you getting into spray paint, I recommend Home Depot first, always, because it's cheap paint. I used to go to Home Depot for all my paint. Now I spend like $8 to $9 a can because it's good paint. But yeah, definitely if you're starting out, practice with Rust-Oleum paint. It's great colors, great caps. That's another thing. Caps are really important. Just practicing with different caps, so you get different lines, different thicknesses and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to like push boundaries with paint either. I know a lot of people see stuff online and they're like, oh, like, is that the only way to do that? No, it's not. There's millions of different ways to do one thing. So find the one way that you like most of doing it, and you don't even have to stick to that. Don't even stick to that one thing. Always just keep pushing yourself. Don't be so traditional. People like the stepping out of the box. I know for me, like, something I did was stick to very traditional stuff in the beginning, and then when I started moving into my more abstract ideas, that's when I got the most reception. So don't be afraid to be a little different with what you're doing.
There you go. Nice, nice. And just to add to that tip, I'd like to also remind them to make sure they keep a journal and also a, what do they call that, a portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as you've mentioned, you didn't,
Yes.
and you wish you did.
Yes.
Whereas if they're just starting, I think that's a good idea to have, so
Yes.
they can go back and not only to show people, but it's you also get to see that when you have something, you get to see the type of work you did when you first started,
Yeah, you can see
and
the
how you
progression.
progress.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, wow, this is what I did, and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah,
so
sometimes
that's great.
Sometimes even now, I'll scroll all the way back to my Instagram, the first post I ever did, and I'm like, oh wow, I started there, and like now I'm doing all what I'm doing now. So it's, and it's a great feeling to do stuff like that. So definitely, yeah, don't just use like your social media and pictures like that as a portfolio. Definitely get tangible stuff that people can flip through and look at.
That you can hold.
Yes, because that's really important. Yeah, if you actually learned that recently, is the best way to sell something is to get the person to hold whatever it is they're going to buy, because that is the biggest opportunity for them to buy it, is for them to hold it and be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna keep this. So yeah, definitely something tangible that they can grab onto.
Interesting enough, I'm assuming with a lot of your work that you do, you take pictures of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Only because now I'm going to give a shout out. I had a guest on my show a couple of weeks ago. She's actually the designer to my cards.
Oh, nice.
You might actually want to get yourself a deck of cards based on the actual work that you've done.
Oh, yeah.
Where people can actually see. They might not be this size. She might go a little bigger.
Right.
So people can actually go through your cards.
Yeah.
And see the work that you do. So
Right.
I'll
That's
introduce you
true.
to her and see how that would work out. Her
Yeah.
name is Rosie Bassisis.
Cool.
And like I said, she's the designer to my deck.
Awesome.
Yes. So what I like to do is I like to add a tip in here as well in reference to piggybacking on the artwork, but not necessarily, more in reference to the energy work. Thinking about as we move into October, October is a one vibration. So this is a really great time of month as we move into October to start something new, a new project of any sort, whether it be graffiti artist or a music artist or a dancer, whatever it is, but step out of your comfort zone and step into whatever it is that really makes you happy and joyful, because as you do that, you begin to find your passion and purpose to why you are here. So that's the tips for today. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be coming to our conclusion. One more time, Nick, let the viewers know how they can reach you.
So last time, my Instagram, at Nervous Spray Painting. That's Nervis Spray Painting, all one word.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. I am a transformational life coach. I healed an autoimmune disease of the thyroid called Graves' disease, and I like to help people heal themselves now. I did this completely naturally using many methods, and I believe connecting into my spirituality really had a huge impact for me. So I like to help people get to the root cause of issues, and I do that by allowing you to tap into your higher self and by asking your subconscious and your higher self questions about what it is that you need to do to heal. So I look forward to connecting with you soon. Namaste.
I'm Nick Rafter, founder and owner of Nick Rafter Real Estate. If you've ever bought, sold, or rented a home in the New York area, you know how difficult a process that can be. But that's where I come in. With years of experience and knowledge of the New York rental and sales market, I can help you navigate the difficult process of renting, selling, or buying a home. Let me help you find the place to be. Here in New York, the best place to be.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, you're probably going to have to go back and watch the replay because we are coming to our conclusion. But what I like to do is I like to remind you to share, like, and comment, and then just invite you to some of the events that are going on around me and with me. So to start off with, October 2nd, which is this Wednesday, I am holding a Chakra Balance Reiki Circle at Holistic Fitness, which is out in Queens. And that address is 192-23 Station Road. And you're welcome to contact me to reserve a seat. You can reach me at 646-236-9155. I am also holding that same event here at Strong Island Paradise Studios on October 12th from 3 to 5 p.m. and then 7 to 9. So if you're interested in coming to Paradise Studios to take advantage of that event, feel free to contact. The contact information is right there for you. All you got to do is reach out to us. And also, for any of the other service that you're interested in taking advantage of, again, just reach out to me. I always like direct calls, which is you can reach me at 646-236-9155. Should you be interested in receiving a one-on-one reading, feel free to reach me. You can email me your questions, and also let me know if you're interested in a 30-minute or 60-minute reading, and from there I will give you all the information required for the reading. You can reach me at healingwithin76@gmail.com. I offer many services from personal training, holistic nutrition coaching, Reiki treatments, and also cosmic energy card readings, and much more in between all of that. So again, reach out. And you're always welcome to stop by, but I always recommend calling before coming. This way here I can set aside some time for you. And again, that number is 646-236-9155. I'd like to give a big shout out to Rudy and Bobby for making all this possible, for having my show run as smoothly as it does. Well, that's it for today's show, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. Have yourself a blessed day, and remember, we're moving into a one vibration energy as we move into October. So new opportunities, new possibilities, and new people coming into your life. Have a blessed day.